Okay. Rick Ross. Lyrics 13. Voice 10. Delivery 10. Storytelling 7. Catalog of albums 14. Collaborations 10. Longevity of records. Is that 10?
It is.
I feel like I'm missing a row on this over here. Longevity of career 10. Songwriting skills 9. Legacy 9. Live performance 9. He got that infamous Hot 97 performance at Summer Jam with
Yep.
BMF. Content 7. Okay. And after that, we got intangibles 9. Hook game 10. Versatility 9. Rick Ross ended up with a 146. What would you say to anybody that says, Rick Ross scored higher than Rakim?
Did he score higher than
I
Rakim?
think he may have. 146 sounds like it's a little bit more than what Rakim got. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and check the scores. But
Here's what I'm going to
he's in
submit
there
to
with
you.
the elites.
What I keep telling you is that when you start measuring him up in everything that he does, what you'll find is that where he suffers in relationships to the greats is lyrically and content wise, but everything else is there. And also, too, we're altering some of these categories and making them 1 through 5, which I think is going to benefit Rakim more and probably hurt somebody like Rick Ross a little bit, whose hook game is on 10. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
His
Mike
hook game
Cage Jr. in here says, I wish you guys wouldn't speed through it, talk about it like you did the others. We're kind of on a time crunch today, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna break this episode up so y'all can talk about it in the comment section, and we can revisit this and really talk about it further on Friday. Now, someone made an observation that Rick Ross has the same lyrical score as Doom.
So,
You think
yeah.
that Rick Ross and Doom were on the same lyrical level?
Okay, so when people talk about lyrical level, once again, like, what are you talking about? You know? Like, what are you talking about? Because I have Foxy Brown right there at a 13 too, and that didn't seem to be a problem for anybody. Or did somebody say something? Scarface, T.I., Tupac. I have a problem putting Tupac at 13.
I think lyrics is probably the most controversial category
Right,
because
but
it's
this
so
is what I keep trying to
subjective.
tell people too. Like, I don't know what other people are hearing from Doom, and I really always enjoyed Doom, but I never thought he was Ray or Ghost or Big or Lauren or Kiss or Cube or Prodigy or Common or Cool G Rap or Busta Rhymes or Redman.
Armand, I'm
Definitely
sorry.
not Rakim KRS-One or Nas. Definitely not Rakim KRS-One or Nas. Definitely not.
Armand
That.
with the super chat, he says Doom's catalog is 15. Operation Doomsday, Danger Mouse, Mad Villainy, Food, King Garandin. Shit, what else? I'm Born Like This, Black Bastard, all classic albums.
Those are not all classic albums. You name one classic and one borderline. Next. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is like, I love his following, but that's some unrealistic shit. This is coming from a Nas fan who doesn't enjoy I Am or Nostradamus that much because I'm realistic about
Jordan
my
House
shit.
says, Coop, what have you heard from Doom? I knew this was gonna happen.
Right.
I think we
okay,
need to spend Friday on Doom for real.
we are gonna have to spend Friday on Doom because there's just some things people gonna have to understand. Like where y'all have him is not where he is in relation. How about this, Mike? Where y'all have him is not where he really is in relationship to Spectrum and the MCs that you think he belongs next to.
My man
He's
Mark
not.
Wright out of the Bronx. Shout out to Mark, man. He said MF Doom is leaps and bounds above Ross. Don't do that. The Internet Artist Repertoire says nothing to talk about. Doom is a 15. Rakim will tell you Doom is a 15.
Oh yeah, where's the 15 songs at then? That's what I'm talking about. Like y'all are asking me if I know his shit. Show me the shit that y'all are talking about where this guy has just spazzed out the way that y'all are talking about that he deserves his 15. Like, because I don't hear that. Like I
Save.
don't. Like
Look, look, look.
I just listened to accordion yesterday. Like I don't hear that.
Everybody
Like
can
in
save
a,
their smoke for the comment section because we're gonna break this. We're gonna break this section up where y'all can definitely talk about it, and we're gonna address most of the comments or most of the sentiments on Friday. I wish we had more time to go into it today, but we want to finish
no,
up
no,
with
no.
this
Hold on.
chart.
What's MF Doom's seminal record? Name me his 5 seminal records. Like name
Mr.
me
Buck
5 records.
says, "Who is MF Doom?" See, that's the problem.
Did somebody do that?
Yeah. I mean, but that's the
Okay.
problem, though. And you know, and I hate to do that because a lot of this stuff in his era is mainstream success versus somebody who really broke a lot of ground for underground MCs. So
He's an underground king, and that's great. But in relationship to like this is what I'm saying. Y'all think Doom is as good as Raekwon and Ghostface lyrically? Like you believe that?
I
Where are
think
the records?
I personally don't believe
Name the
that,
song.
but people do.
Name the songs that prove that. You see, like you have to have songs that prove the lyricism is intact. That's why I asked, like, where's the microphone fiend record? Like, start showing me the records because, like, I just spit a verse from Daytona 500, and it's nothing because Ray's got it like that because that shit is exciting and he's epic and lyrically great. There's a section of people that feel that way about Doom. In relationship to contemporaries on that level, show me. Show me. That's all I'm asking. Show it to me.
I see that Doom's like caviar; he grows on you. Doom is definitely an acquired taste, and he's very abstract. Me as a Ghostface fan, I appreciate it. It's hard to say. He's really hard to judge. It's hard to
That's what
judge.
I was do because it's like so. It's like this. If you think that he's kind of like Ghostface, you understand it's a step down from Ghostface. He ain't made nothing like Iron Man or Supreme Clientele. Nothing. Like his best shit isn't even touching that. Stop that.
Supreme Clientele is wild, man. Mad
No,
Villainy
no.
is
You don't have
incredible, but
Mike.
Supreme
You don't have nothing
Clientele is
better than
wild.
Iron Mike. You don't have nothing better than Iron Man. Like Mad Villain's not even close to Iron Man. Stop that.
The real Leonard Washington says Doom is an acquired taste for sure, just not my cup of tea.
No, he's dope. I'm rating him like the dope MC that he is because he's not like this epic all-time great guy that y'all keep making him out to be. He's more like a 20 to 40-ish MC, and that's how he got rated. He's not Ray. He's not Ghost.
You don't think he's
not
top 20? No?
I said 20 to 40-ish, as in he would be in the back end of the 20 to 40-ish. Yeah.
Mark
I
Wright
mean,
says accordion, all caps,
I
dead
just said
bent,
accordion. Like I said, after
doomsday,
accordion, go.
strange ways. All right, let me get
Strange,
to the next
yeah.
one.
No, strange ways. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Dope.
Nicki
Ain't fucking
Minaj.
with-
Lyrics
Yeah.
12. Voice 8. Delivery 9. Storytelling 5. He says she doesn't tell any stories. Catalog of albums 8. Collaborations 10. Longevity of records. You went 9 on that, right?
They play her stuff in a lot of different venues. She's been part of a lot of records that still get played, Mike.
That's
like
real.
in different venues, yeah.
Longevity of career, we said 8. Songwriting skills 8. Legacy 9. Live performance 9. Content 5. Intangibles 8. Hook game 9. Versatility 10. She ended up with a 127. All right. I think the thing about Nicki's legacy, I want to say this in the most respectful way. It reminds me of how they were doing Kobe Bryant at the end of his playing career. You know what I'm saying? When ESPN was ranking him 93rd best player in the league and stuff like that, where they was kind of like, low key pushing Kobe out the league and talking about he was still, taking money from LA and not allowing them to actually rebuild.
So that was one of those things where metrics came in and outweighed intangible factors that Kobe brought to the table, truth somewhere in the middle.
Right. I think that the game as overall hasn't appreciated Nicki in the way that they should. But I think that's due to the fact that she spent more time trying to make pop crossover records than making music for her core hip hop fan base. And I think that's what allowed her legacy to be overlooked in that way. So I think if you want to say her legacy is a 9, I'm not going to refute that. But it could have easily been a 10 based on all the ground that she broke for, for hip hop or in her era. She was one of the biggest hit makers in her era, but doesn't get treated like it. Is that fair to say?
I didn't have that sentiment until you really expressed it to me. And that was one of those things where I think I've always just looked at how she's held up media-wise so long, and I really didn't scratch beneath the surface enough to look at how she probably hasn't gotten. Like, how about this? You brought up Kobe. I'm actually going to bring up somebody that we covered earlier, which is why I kind of paired them together. She's kind of getting foxied a little bit.
Yeah, she is. She is.
She's getting foxed around a little bit.
She is.
And she hasn't been the problem that Foxy was to people. You know what I mean? Like some of that, some of Foxy's issues are self-inflicted wounds because of behavior and relational. Like Nicki doesn't have that. And so when you said that, I was like, it's like, why is that going on necessarily? Now,
Chelsea says, I'm sorry. She
said,
I'm sorry, but this Nicki rating is horrible. 12? Do you think Nicki's less than that or more, lyrically?
I mean, because also too, let's address something. She could actually be getting higher scores had she actually, and you kind of spoke to it, Mike, had she spent some time with us, like not trying to make these pop crossover hits and actually being an MC. Because when she actually MC'd, she was actually really dope. And there was a reason that she was the prominent female MC from her era. When she was spitting it, she was actually nice. It's just almost like as soon as she got renowned for it, and after Pink Friday dropped, it's like ever since then, it's like, has she really been making rap records? And how often does she make records? I know she'll jump on somebody else's rap record and help make it a hit. But as far as her rap career and her rap records,
a lot of her bad rap lines are for her trying to make raps that cater to an audience outside of the hip hop audience. To be honest,
yeah.
LP says Nicki got better flow than Kim and Foxy. But see, the thing is, when you look at Kim and Foxy's hip hop record resume, they made more hip hop records, and I think
like you said that, like you say that, but it's like no, because she hasn't proven that in this hip hop sphere she can flow on record and make hits like them. So no.
Chelsea says if Nicki's what'd she say? Hold on one second, because I want to address this. She said if Nicki legacy is a 10, then you must not be hearing what people are saying about her when Nicki's name comes up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it can't be a 10.
What Mike was saying.
And I think it might actually be lower than that.
Yeah, no, I had her legacy as a 10, and Mike was like, no, we got to change that. You ain't been hearing what people been saying.
Yeah, I mean, because they forced her to pass the baton to Cardi B. And pretty much, since Cardi's showed up, they've kind of phased Nicki out of the mainstream. She continues to come out with records, whether they're good or bad, they act like they're not coming out. They meaning the mainstream media that has always crowned Nicki this and that, which is interesting to me. It's like I said, they're treating her like like ESPN was treating Kobe Bryant towards the end of his career. We'll get into that a little bit more, but yeah, I think that's fair. Big Daddy Kane, lyrics 15, voice 9, delivery 10, storytelling 6. Yeah. Catalog of albums 10 out of 15. Collaborations 9. He was one of the few that collaborated.
He did.
Longevity of records, was that a 7?
It was, because it's like I was saying, Mike, and I hate to say it like this, and this is what I mean. People ask us to be tougher. It's like, oh, we're gonna be tough. So like the people on the back end of this has been catching more smoke, and we got to go clean up the front half.
Yeah.
But outside of the symphony, Smooth Operator, and Ain't No Half Stepping, what Kane records do you hear with Kane on them? Those would be 3.
Longevity of career, we got 10.
Yeah.
Songwriting skills, we got 9. Legacy 10. Live performance 10. Content 8. Intangibles, we got 10.
Mm-hmm.
Hook game 7. Versatility 10. Kane ended up with a 140.
And he's somebody that's probably going to rate even a little higher when we adjust our scale some more and make some of these ratings lower, like for hook game. So, because other guys are going to go down. Like a lot of these people who have 10s for hook games, they're going to lose points, where guys who aren't going to get, who didn't really have to practice it as much, aren't going to get docked for it as much, and thereby going to help balance out the scales a little.
Yeah, I think that's fair because a lot of people in that era, well, nobody in that era was really responsible for putting their hook game out there.
Right. So I think so we made 2 categories 15s, and so I think we need to make 3 categories of 5. And
Yeah.
I think it's
Hook
I think
game
it's
has definitely got to be a scale from 1 to 5.
yeah. I was thinking versatility too, because it's really not fair to some of those um, artists from that era too about the versatility, because I see some of them suffer from that area. Like Kane didn't, but other guys have and are going to.
Yeah.
And collaborations.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to Slick Rick, who scored very high. Happy about
As he
that.
should. As he should.
Slick Rick's lyrics, we got 14. Voice 10. Delivery 10. Storytelling 10. Catalog of albums 12. Collaborations 10. Longevity of records 10. Longevity of career 10. Songwriting skills, 10. Legacy 10. Live performance 9. Content 9. Intangibles 10. Hook game 7. Versatility 8. Ended up with 149. We're gonna get to Drake in a second, and I think that middle row for me is kind of cut off, so I'm probably gonna ask you for those scores.
That's cool. I said that's cool. I got you.
Okay, cool. Man, Slick Rick being so high, that's interesting. Slick
No, it's
Rick's a
not.
1 of 1.
He is, and had he not got locked up, this would be higher for him, and he would be easily considered a top 10 MC. Because I think he missed his prime as much as any MC missed his prime due to personal issues and reasons. Like he literally lost his prime. He was gone for 4.5 years.
No, he literally lost his prime, and he got here early too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show was what, 85?
85, yeah. So he's locked up. He gets locked up 90, 91. So think about it. From 85 to 90, he makes, at the time, one of the 5 to 10 best rap albums ever, and still arguably so in some people's minds. He's the author of probably 2 of the 10 biggest hip hop songs ever at that time, maybe 3 by then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is all in the 5. Yeah. And so imagine what happens if he doesn't get locked up the next 4 or 5 years.
His impact and influence was shown immediately. Like, he's the guy that's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Shout out to Jay Short. He says, Biggie removed, proven you can make radio singles and still flow. No excuse for Nicki. Oh, he proved it. Yeah. No, that's real. I think what Nicki was trying to do was make crossover pop records. I don't even think she was trying to make hip hop records. I think when she came in the door, she was trying to do some hip hop Lady Gaga type of stuff.
Didn't play well.
You know, and if we're talking about on the hip hop rating scale, these are the things that are going to make you suffer for that. Now, if we were doing a pop rating, it might be different.
No, absolutely right. And yeah, Slick Rick's great, man. Like,
Yeah, Slick Rick's insane with it. Okay, shout out for Jay Short with another super chat. Okay, this is what we're going to get to. We're going to get to Drake. I'm going to ask you for some of these, but lyrics, we got 12 for Drake. And a lot of that was because of questionable pen, I think.
Yes.
Voice was a 7. Delivery 8. Storytelling 5.
Don't tell no stories either.
Are there any Drake storytelling records?
That's why I said if you got them, give them to me.
Yeah. Give them to us if you got. I can't think of any off top. Catalog of albums, we went 13. Collaborations, that's a 10. Longevity of records, what did you have?
9.
Longevity of career?
10.
Huh?
9.
Longevity of career, okay. Songwriting skills.
I gave him a 9. And that's about some of the other stuff that he's done, because there's questionable pen, but he's written for other people. He's contributed to a lot of stuff. And he does write his stuff sometimes.
Right. And he writes R&B records and all that stuff. You know, the Unthinkable with Alicia Keys. You know, that's songwriting skills. Legacy 10, right?
I was thinking about it, but and that's what we really didn't get a chance to talk about right quick. I put it back down to a 9 just because of what's happened recently. It's been a long time since he's made a project, and the thing with Pusha T did hurt him.
Oh,
Right. Like, what's his legacy really look like the last 5 years?
I don't
Because it's
know
not
though,
like
man. I think even with Pusha
he
T, his
hasn't
legacy
been around for 20 years though, Mike.
his legacy so strong that people fought Pusha T for even dissing him so hard. They tried to change the scale. They tried to change what battles entail based on who it was going against. I put his legacy as a 10 because they put him in the conversation with the Jays, Biggs, and all that, and I don't think he's there.
Oh, he's not. I told you we need to stop talking about him like he's there and talk about Wayne because Wayne's way closer to that bar.
People are saying Drake's voice is a 10. I've seen this in like, a bunch of different.
Like I actually, when I thought about it, I thought his voice was one of the weakest parts of his game when I thought about it.
Me too.
We're gonna let the people influence that some, and so we'll take it up based on what the people say in the chat. So if y'all really feel like his voice is better than that, then like please let us know because, like we said, y'all have input on this as well. So ride us about it, and we'll work the rest
this
of
same
it.
person said Drake body Pusha, in my opinion. See, okay, you can't follow up your statement with that.
We're back again.
Okay, so live performance, what do you give him?
Live performance was the 7 because I really hadn't heard anybody talk about his live performances like they're epic ever.
Content.
I gave his content a 9.
Okay.
You and I talked about it like he talks about things other rappers don't talk about.
Yeah, he does.
For better or for worse.
Intangibles, we got 10.
Yeah.
Hook game, we got 10.
Yeah.
And versatility, we got 10. Drake ended up with a 138.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. So he's one of those people. He's gonna suffer when we take some of these down. Like, because think about it. Like the categories we're taking down, and this might be a good litmus test of why we're taking them down. Well, he scored 10s in the three categories we're making into 5, and that's why we need to take it down because it's kind of unfair to rock him and Kane. That somebody like Drake gets 10 for those when their era affected those things because he got a 10 for hook game, a 10 for versatility, and a 10 for collaborations, and that's why we're making those 5-point scales.
Well, Drake is a terrible performer, is what Jordan House says, and a lot of people agree that his voice is a 7. I think he does have a weaker rap voice when we factor in who we consider to have stronger rap voices. You really gonna put his voice up against a Chuck D or Method Man?
Mike, you know what came on today? Like I was just on a rap playlist today, and it played everything. What's that rec? Oh my God, it was playing today off Nations, off a Nation of Millions. Where he's talking about this? Well, he's talking about the CIA.
Are you talking about? I got a letter from the government the other day.
No, louder than a bomb. Louder
than a bomb is crazy.
And I was like, you want to know what? I was like, I forgot. Chuck's flow, his first 2 albums, is super wicked.
Crazy.
His flow is super wicked on those first couple albums. Okay, Chuck. Yeah, we don't. When I heard that, I was like, I'm excited to talk about Chuck because I'm about to go.
We got to talk about Chuck next week. We got to break this down a little bit more too because I know we kind of went through this in a speeded fashion because it's 6 o'clock and I got to get out of here. But we're gonna break this down a little bit more and we're gonna read you guys' comments and we're gonna assess this a little more on Friday because I don't think we got any new music coming Friday like that, right?
Told you, I think the Liz 2 may drop, and I'm checking for other stuff. Just a Liz.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'm reading some of the comments over here. Yeah, people are talking about Chuck D's flows crazy. And yeah, if Chuck D's the litmus for rap voice, there's no way in the world we could give Drake anything over a 7.
I thought about that too, and I want you to understand something. Listening to Chuck D, because I had Kane's voice at a 10 until I heard that song, and I was like, I can't have Kane's voice at a 10 because it's not where big, it's just not there. You know what I'm saying? And when I heard Chuck's voice, and I was like, because that's the standard of what a great rap voice is. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
mean, and then you got to cut through all of that Bomb Squad production. Can you imagine Drake's voice trying to cut through Fight the Power or Welcome to the Terror Dome?
I don't think people understand how much how the breath control Chuck has on those albums, Mike. To be
Yeah.
speaking so powerfully and forcefully, and the alliteration and pairing of words that he's using, and maintaining his breath with that emphasis, the way he's hitting the mic. I mean,
I'm a rebel expano, black rhino, soul, rock and roll, I'm like a rhino. Tables turn, suckers
crazy.
burn to learn. They can't disable the power of my label.
Clear,
Def
Mike.
Jam
Clear. You
tells
sound
you
like
what
about
I
to
am.
crush some glass with his voice, though.
The enemy's public. Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. I'm about to go listen to some Public Enemy now. I'm going to holler at y'all, man, and we're going to cut up this episode. Like I said, we're going to pay attention to all of your comments. And, yeah, great conversation today. Great stuff.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
All right.